What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good evening, everybody. I am Love Coach Scott Thomas, and welcome to the Awakening World. It's Saturday night, and we've got some great music tonight with Omashar, who's going to do 2 or 3 numbers for us. And tonight, it's all about the Twin Ray community. You know, you probably have noticed that a lot of our shows now are collaborations. Well, the last month alone, we've collaborated with Unity Earth, we've collaborated with the Evolutionary Leaders Network, we've collaborated with Soul Search, and tonight it's all about the Twin Ray community. Now, originally, the plan was that tonight was going to be the grand reopening of the Haven, which is the spiritual center and beautiful, it's a tea lounge and a crystal store in downtown Ashland. It's the Twin Ray home, commercial home, if you will. But I woke up to a gorgeous snowfall last night, and it was just like a winter wonderland, but not the best time for us to, with driving and everything, try and have everybody coming down off the hills and the mountains to come to our event tonight. So we decided to postpone it probably for about 2 weeks, but we still have all sorts of wonderful Twin Ray activities planned. And we're going to share some really beautiful videos with you. And we're going to have a powerful KES group healing. But we also have Omashar with us, of course. We're going to go to him for music in a moment. But I also want to just check in with 2 of our absolute favorite people, Andrew and Connie, who are in Australia. So Connie and Andrew, you're looking quite dapper. I like the hat. Tell us, unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about what's happening in Australia.
Good day, mate. It's great to see everybody. This is my Costa Rica hat, but it works just as well in Australia, keeping the blazing sun off. Yeah, we've been here for just over a week, and it is quite extraordinary, the Australian hospitality. We've been welcomed and wined and dined and treated with such love and respect, and that's amazing. And the most extraordinary thing that we did, the very first thing we did after settling in, was to leave Sydney and go deep out into the outback, into the bush, to the burial site of a 42,000-year-old burial site of an indigenous elder. I think 42,000, like Moses was, what, 4,000, 5,000 years ago? This is the deepest antiquity of humanity that we know, for a celebration, a commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the emergence of this extraordinary skeletal, perfectly preserved skeleton covered in red ochre, with meaning that it was a very ceremonial burial, very intentional. There is no red ochre within hundreds of miles of the burial site, so they must have obviously brought it from elsewhere. And really interesting, so many things to be read into it. With the man who discovered the remains Jim Bowler, who's the dad of Ben Bowler, and Ben's kids and Ben's mom and the whole family. It was quite a tribal gathering. And Connie, would you like to give a little your insight into the significance of this?
Also the custodians, the original owner custodians, Aboriginal folks were there, and with open hearts and open minds for going forward together into the future. And Jim Bowler's whole vision is that this is the time of the meeting of the dreaming, of bringing the scientific mind, the Western mind, into alignment with the deep indigenous knowing that comes, how they express it is out of the dream time. The dream time is the expanded connection to all that is, that we access through our dreams and through our knowing. And so it's so aligned with our vision and mission in our lives of bringing the indigenous knowing to the Western mind. It's astounding. And it's a frequency thing, you know, it's the spirit is bringing us all together on a frequency level. And so it was just such a blessing. We were there recording it for the future, and loved and honored by Ben Bowler of Unity Earth, as we all know Ben and love Ben. And so it was extraordinary to be there at Lake Mungo out in the outback. And then we were brought down here to the coastline where we are now with a friend from Sunrise Ranch, the EDL community, Emissaries of Divine Light. So we're being hosted and nurtured and loved by her now. So it's just been extraordinary. And we were welcomed by an Aboriginal woman who we stayed with in Sydney and who oriented us to life in another country. Fortunately, they speak English here, but still orienting to life in another country it takes some doing. And so it's just been extraordinary.
Great, fantastic.
All right. More, yeah, Scott, there's much more detail, but that's probably enough until and unless you'd like more.
And much more to come.
Yeah, much more to come. So yeah,
We've just been here a week.
We'll see if we can check in every week at this time. We're in places with no internet, but right now we're actually, as you can see, very organized. And we're actually completely off the grid in this beautiful home, this organic home you can see behind us. And anyway. Yeah, with internet. So it's
been 1,000 miles that we've traveled, or actually over 1,000 miles that we've traveled within a week, into the desert on 2 hours on a dirt road, into Lake Mungo, and in and out, and now we're here on the coast in this magnificent,
these
lush,
beautiful beaches, and you're there in the snow, and we're here in the subtropical sunshine.
And actually, we went through a ski town. Ski town. I'm from Aspen, Colorado, and to be in the ski town of Southern Australia was extraordinary. So anyway, that's our report for now.
Thank you for the report.
Thanks,
our wonderful honeymoon couple out on the road in Australia. It's funny, actually, I've been working a lot with clients in Australia. I just did a session before this with the clients in Australia, and there's quite a few that I'm working with in Australia. So Australia's in our consciousness. I'm going to point out a couple more community things, and then we're going to get to our first song with Omashar. But I want to acknowledge Carol Craig. Carol is someone who's been with us from the very beginning. She's, of course, a teacher who also travels all over the world. And I just want to read kind of her report for the day. She says, "Wonderful day today, gathering with the Poor People's Campaign in Providence, Rhode Island. We gathered and marched to the State House in solidarity with many organizations together, pushing agendas for voting rights, housing issues, Medicare, immigration, environmental protection, education, and so much more." So thank you, Carol. I really want to acknowledge that's a good day well spent. And before she gets up and dances, I'm going to put the focus for a moment on our beloved Eleanor Joy, because we're getting very, very close to her special time. There she is. Just want to remind everybody that Eleanor Joy is going in for her surgery this week on Wednesday. So as we're watching her dance, let's send extra love, extra blessings, maximum grace to our beloved Eleanor Joy and her compadre, Ian. Good to see you both together. And there's the cue. We're going to go to Omashar for our opening song. And I know that get ready, everybody, to get up and move and groove. I see the wild monk Jerry is with us, and Reverend Jeffrey is with us. So I know we're going to have some good dancing tonight. And there's Omashar.
Whatever happened to the ones that came before? Did they just vanish into the blue? Maybe they're living the dream we know to be true, and reaching their hands back out of the blue. My heart is so ready to embrace all that's new. I feel the love calling for me to break on through. With peace on my mind, I know that I'm coming to a new way of life that feels so true. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, 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 ba-da-dum. There's nothing here to hold me back from you. The clouds of my life have blown away. My lightness of being lifts me every day. I find myself feeling not so blue. My heart is so ready to embrace all that's new. I feel the love calling for me to break on through. With peace on my mind, I know that I'm coming to a new way of life that feels so true. Ba-da-dum, da-dum, ba-da-dum, 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 maybe they're living the dream we know to be true, and reaching their hands back out of the blue. My heart is so ready to embrace all that's new. I feel the love calling for me to break on through. With peace on my mind, I know that I'm coming to a new way of life that feels so true. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum, 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 ba-da-dum.
Hey, let's go to gallery view and give a lot of love to our beloved Omashar for getting us up there.
Actually, tonight I need to give love to the three of us because we did it. It was a group thing.
Yeah, I appreciate. Now it was a three-part harmony with you.
It was
Yes.
me and him and him.
Right. It's a perfect three-part harmony. Well, to learn more about all the wonderful people that travel with Omashar, let's go to his website. It's his name, omashar.com. And that's where there are announcements and we can learn about him. And of course, always we want to buy music from Bandcamp because they're the most generous. So there are his albums. And if you haven't bought them yet, let's all go to omashar.bandcamp.com or to omashar.com and click down. And that's where we can support our beautiful beloved brother, who will be back with multiple musical numbers tonight.
Thank you so much.
We love you, Omashar.
Love you too.
All right. So, a lot of people ask about the Twin Ray, who are they? And I've done, of course, many shows with them. And I've really had the good fortune to get to know them quite well. I lived at their sanctuary for a couple months over the summer. And what I want to say is I've traveled the world. I've met a lot of spiritual teachers. I was very close to Ram Dass when he was alive. And of all the spiritual teachers I've met, I would say they're the most integrated in that they're young. They're in their early 40s. They're very active. They're doing a lot. They're very, very, creating a lot of amazing things in the world. But they're always loving. They're always kind. They tend to be funny and light in a beautiful way, yet very focused and always compassionate. And ultimately, they are beautiful role models for 5D reality. They are demonstrating, they're a living demonstration of what it's like to live in a state of grace, a state of love, a state of presence. They don't have emotional ups and downs. They don't get angry. They don't get upset when things go different than have been planned. They tend to laugh and go, isn't that something? And they're beautiful role models. And they're also extremely talented and extremely wise. And I'm really excited to share with you, and you're going to be among the very first people to see this video. And it's a video they created along with one other person. You all remember DJ Twin Ray. He was our KES group healer just last Saturday night. So the three of them created this video, which is really an introduction to their work. And it's a video that actually has some wonderful tools and some wonderful practices. Some of you may want to even get out a piece of paper and a pen, write down a few things, or take notes on your computer, or just kick back and enjoy. It's visually gorgeous. It's a very visually beautiful video. So with no further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce you to their new kind of introduction class, if you will. And it's called the Golden Life Wisdom Course. So here we go.
Welcome to the Golden Life Wisdom class. Now,
You may have
You're muted, brother.
Sorry, that was an accident on my part. I didn't mean to stop the video. We're going to have to start it over from scratch again. Sorry about that. My mistake.
welcome to the Golden. But again, it must start from within and begin with you creating your golden life to fully live your divine potential. This is all part of the training ground for the soul, which we call the soul's sadhana. We're inspired and we feel it's time to refine that soul's sadhana right now.
more what's called your higher self, or the greater aspect of you, your divine self. Those lower bodies get harmonically inducted into your higher bodies, and as they merge, it produces what's called the body of light. Really feel, is your heart, is your field expanding? Do you feel expanded with the intention that you're setting? Or is it contracting you? Is it something more for the ego? It's more for the lower self?
The small self.
Yeah.
Always remember that. The ego is a small self. It's always going to try to reach for something. It's always going to try to take something.
But if your intentions are there to benefit others, and you will benefit in the process. So you may want to benefit to create greater finances, which creates greater service for others. The traumas you hold, the healing that you need is reflected by many. And so as you heal, you become an antidote, a medicine for others, an inspiration for others to know what's possible. Yes, and healing's, of course, not just physical. Healing emotionally, healing mentally. Everyone needs to go through that healing process. And so the first process of this formula is your intention. What is that? Make sure you understand that we never truly do anything for ourselves. This is the manifestation. This is because you've gone from the I will with the intention to the I feel, which is the reflection, to the I see, the visualization, to now the I.
And so that's exactly what the beloveds, in a nutshell, to me, have been sharing. Whatever you would like to manifest starts within you, and then it comes automatic. And so they teach all of that you are it all so that you can have it all. Or like, maybe also beautiful Yogananda. There's one sentence of Yogananda that I will never forget for the rest of my life. And he said at some point in your life, you have to choose between God or the fruits of God. If you choose the fruits of God, which are all on this planet, you will get them for sure. And that's it. If you choose God, you will have God and the fruits. So up to you to decide.
Beautiful. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you very much. So, of course, people are asking how to get the video. And really, it's very, very simple. To get the video, to sign up for the 28-day program, just go to twinray.com. And I'm going to show it right now. If you go to twinray.com and kind of scroll down, it's a beautiful website. Hopefully you guys are all seeing it. And as you scroll down, all these beautiful visuals come in, and you'll eventually get to this video again. And as you scroll down and kind of enjoy this beautiful website, enjoy the visuals, enjoy right off the bat the teaching that they're providing. It's so gorgeous. And then here is the video. So you click there, and then at the end of the video is where you can register for the 28-day program. And talk about timing, the 28-day program starts tomorrow. They originally would have started earlier, and there were some things that kind of caused a few delays. A lot of people have been working very hard on creating it. Deborah has been helping to build a whole new platform. So if you go to twinray.com, that's how you can get going. Now, you don't have to start the 28 days tomorrow, but that is when that's when many of us are going to start the program, and they're kind of making it available starting tomorrow. So this is a perfect time. And one of the reasons why we did time to do this show tonight. So I'm seeing Dr. Laura's question about Shekinah Ma and Sanandaji's background. I'll share a little bit, and then Deborah Juliet, if you want to add to it, you can, just come on in, and I'll put the spotlight on you as well. Shekinah Ma there was another woman, another soul, another being who was living in England, who got very, very sick and was dying. And Shekinah Ma's spirit came into the body of the dying woman. And it was about a 7-day transition period. This took place, I believe, about 7 or 8 years ago, if I have that correct. And that's how she came in. So she did not have a traditional earth life, if you will. Sanandaji was, born in the body that he's in right now. And when he was a young man, he gave away everything. He literally gave away his clothes to a homeless person and took on the homeless person's clothes. He made his way to the Himalayas, where he literally lived in a cave and studied directly with Mahavatar Babaji from the Yogananda lineage. And that's where he received a lot of his education and his wisdom. They met in Egypt. It's a whole long, beautiful story where they were both drawn to Egypt. And he was in a taxi cab and he heard her voice. The cab was stopped at a light and he heard her voice singing. And he recognized it. He jumped out of the cab, followed the voice, and that's where they first met at the foot of the Great Pyramid, and pretty quickly recognized each other. So it's a very, very beautiful love story. And they've been together now for about 6 years, and have created this whole community from scratch. And there's a lot that they do. Deborah Juliet, is there anything you'd like to add? I'm going to bring you on too. Is there anything you'd like to add about their background or their story?
Yeah, no. He always knew who he was. I mean, obviously, he's an enlightened master, there's no doubt to me. And I've just can feel these things, and I've been seeing too many miracles to be thinking otherwise. And Shikinama, same, but she is a so-called walk-in. So also from the beginning, she knew who she is, but she walked into the body 10-10-10 at the age of so-called of 33. And then it takes the entire 7 years for a body to incorporate the divine light, or incorporate anyone's light at their level, because it just takes exactly 7 years for the entire body, to renew itself in every single cell. It's 28 days for the skin, but it's the brain that takes exactly 7 years. All the brain cells renew themselves within 7 years. So the entire body. So it took 7 years to incorporate the entire light. But obviously, the second she was in the body, I mean, that consciousness she represents, she always knew who she was. And it's the same with Sanandaji, but he was born in that body and she just came into the body.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I'm going to turn it over to Omar Shar for a song to kind of get us up and moving and grooving. And if there are other questions, please pop them in the chat box, and Deborah and I will do our best to answer them. And then we're going to have a meditation with the beloveds. And then we're going to have this beautiful KES group healing experience with Deborah and her beloved friend Natalie, who's visiting all the way from Europe. But here is, there's Natalie. Hello, Natalie. And here's our beloved Omar Shar for another musical number.
Lost in a sea of illusion,
That's all twinkle, beloved Omashar. What a perfect song after that video and just kind of the energy of tonight. Thank you so much, Omashar.
Thank you.
That was a perfect choice. Absolutely perfect choice.
Mhm.
Pam just wrote, I truly believe that every time I hear Omashar music, my heart grows 3 sizes. And Jerry, our beloved wild monk, Jerry Anderson writes, Omashar always knows how to pick up the ball. Absolutely. He always just great choices. Really great.
Nice reflections. Thank you.
Yeah. Christy Michael says, sweet song, beloved Omashar. Helen Wong says, blessings, Omashar. And George says, no fumbles. That's true. He never fumbles. And Helen's enjoying the dancing of Adora and Eleanor Joy and everyone else. So thank you. And please do keep those comments coming in. I don't see any questions from people. So I'm going to actually go to this is a shorter video, but for tonight's meditation, we're going to have the Twin Ray lead it. And this is, of all the different meditations, this is still my favorite one. This is actually from a show that I did with them about probably 2 years ago now. And it starts with this beautiful song that she recorded. And the story of it, she'll tell you a little bit about it, but she was just singing to the children, feeling the pain of the children in the Middle East. Mind you, this is 2 years ago, before the current war. And her cell phone just mysteriously went on and started to record. And so it recorded her song, which she realized was a transmission. And then they did add some of the visuals that you're going to see. It's not a highly produced song. It's just off of her cell phone as she sang. But it's so beautiful. And then from that song, the two of them go into just a really beautiful meditation about claiming our divinity. So let's go to that video. And as I say, I've probably listened to this video myself at least 30 or 40 times. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's really, really special. And let me just pull it up in the right spot. I'm going to put it in the advanced settings, which is how we get the best recording of it. And I invite you to really drop in and experience the video with them as they speak, tuning into, again, her song kind of opens our hearts, and especially knowing what's going on in the world right now in the Middle East. It's so incredibly tragic what's happening. By the way, I'm still scanning and looking for the video because I have so many videos. Here we go. Here it is.
So I was here by myself, and I had placed my phone down, and I just started to sing. I was singing the voice of the mother to the children, receiving the prayers and sending them right back, sending the miracles consistently. And I was even moved. There's a moment, you'll probably hear it, but I even have tears running down my face during this moment, because the prayers are so significant, and because the suffering is so great right now. And it also connected into when this was written and what was happening at that time. And so this is a transmission. And the miracle here is that the phone just started recording this transmission all on its own. And then when I went back to it after the practice was complete, a couple hours later, there was this long recording of this transmission. And I remember I said, this is a transmission now that needs to be given. Now, this isn't a produced song or video or anything. It's just my singing a cappella in the center, transmitting from my pure heart to the pure heart of the world. And that's what it is.
All right, I'm pulling it up.
Hana bekoge julat yaminecha tati tehua kaberina tamcha sabenu darenu noa Hana bekoge julat yaminecha tati tehua Nagibor do shahi khudekha kvevat shamurem Hana bekoge julat yamineha tati tehua Bachem tacharem rachame zirkateka tamid gamlem Hana bekoge julat yamineha tati tehua Asin kadosh burov tufka naeladatecha Ana bekoge julat yamineha tati tehua Yachid gelamcha penesocha kadushatecha Hana bekoge julat yamineha tati tehua Shaveinu kabel ushma sarkateinu yodeat alumo Hana bekoke julat yamineha tati tehua Baruch Hashem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Ba'ed. Amen.
So beautiful.
Thank you.
With the vibration of your voice, so is you, you know. And whenever I listen to that video, and I play it for myself sometimes, it brings great comfort. It brings very, very great comfort. And I'd love to just go straight into, if you'd like to, as we're in this beautiful vibration, lead a short meditation for us, please.
So take a moment and just turn your eyes inwardly into your heart, to the center of your heart, beautiful expression of the divine that's living and beating inside you. And take a breath into the center of that heart, and as you exhale, just relax your body. It's relaxing in to this moment, letting all of the week just fall away, all of the day just drop to the wayside, and all that remains is the presence of your pure, beating heart. And just take a moment to contemplate and to feel this statement, this sharing, that you are the miracle of divine love. You, in this moment, in this life, you are the miracle of divine love.
For it were not for divine love, you would not be here. You are the very miracle that divine love made in manifest form.
Letting go of all thoughts about your personal experience, your story, your person. Just let that all go as well and just be present. That one truth that you are the miracle of divine love. Your very existence, the very front of this experience of your life is the miracle. And that awareness, that pure awareness, that moment before the thought arises, but that pure witness, that is the very source of love. Just allow yourself to be present in that purity that you are. No matter what the mind thinks, no matter what the mind may project or judge throughout its time, turning your mind and your awareness inwardly to your heart, the true nature and the spark of divinity that allows you this very precious gift, the incarnation, this very breath of spirits that sustains you in this moment. Contemplate that and allow that contemplation to open up more inside you throughout this show, throughout tonight. Allow that contemplation that you are divine love manifested, that your life is only possible because of divine love. And you are that miracle of divine love. And as you feel that, as you go deeper with that, allow yourself to acknowledge where you may not express that, where you may not choose to live that, and the powerful divine will that's been given to all humans. That free will is to choose love. And then you realize it's never a choice.
With every breath you take, you have the opportunity to choose love. You have the opportunity to open yourself right now 100% to the beauty and the bounty of divine love. For divine love, in its presence and in its witness, glorifies every particle of you. It upholds, uplifts, and gives in great cherishing love. An expression that is so deep within the makeup and the very fabric of your soul's essence. Divine love is what you are made of, and the miracles do not exist outside of you. They exist deep within the core of your heart. They open with the doors and the gateways by the purity of your righteous actions, your thoughts, your deeds, your virtues. Contemplate, do you allow divine love to truly envelop your essence? And do you choose to drop and dissolve everything that could disallow that experience? In this meditation, we invite you to choose with great vehemence and great conviction inside of you that you choose now to open, no matter what you've done, no matter what has been done to you, to that presence of divine love. For it shall never judge you. It shall never do anything but give and share the love of creation that you already are.
And the capacity for you to feel divine love, the depths of your being, how deep you feel love perfectly is exemplified by how much compassion you can give. The greater compassion that you can give to this world and to others and have for all of creation is the greater capacity to feel that love of truth that you are. And the beautiful thing with love, true, divine, perfect love, when you taste it, when you experience it, and you taste from the fountain of the true self, the supreme real and supreme reality. When you taste that, nothing else will ever do. And so we ask each one of you do you wish to taste the nectar of the miracle of your true nature? Do you wish to taste the miracle of divinity itself? Do you wish to drink from the fountain of God's grace? And if you wish that, all you need to do is surrender, surrender, and surrender.
And surrender some more.
And when you do, you'll be caught in the ocean of eternal bliss, eternal love. So may you feel that, and may you never forget that, and may you never forget who you truly are, what you truly are, and to show up from that knowing, because to know God is to love God, and to love God is to know God. And when you choose love over everything else, you take refuge in the presence of the Almighty. Blessed be.
Blessed be.
That's just the most beautiful prayer. I've put into the chat box the link where you can play it. And of course, it includes the miracle song and the video. And Shekinah Ma has been recording an album with Peter Cater and Kristen Hoffman. Kristen has come out to Ashland 3 times now to work with her. And the album includes a version of her miracle song, Refined, with Peter Cater playing piano. And we'll definitely do a show about that. So I'm going to quote our beloved wild monk, Jerry Anderson. He put in the chat box, praise the creator, Piper is here. And I am praising the creator, and I am grateful that Piper Dellums is with us. And so Piper, I'm going to bring you on camera, and there you are. There is our absolute beloved soul sister, Piper. And I'm also bringing on camera Deborah Juliet, who's been doing a lot of beautiful healing work with Piper. So,
She has dedicated so much of her time, her gift, her medicine, her essence, her vision, her love through you, Scott. And it has made such an incredible difference in my body and in my spirit. And I've actually been thirsty to be back in her presence. So thank you so much for letting me know and inviting me back to come live so that I can sit in this divine healing. I've been a little anxious for Wednesday morning, but I just am getting this feeling that I'm going to leave this healing today and my oncologist is going to go, there's nothing there. I don't know why I'm believing it, but
you know, it's interesting. Wednesday is when you're going in for surgery, and it's also when our beloved Eleanor Joy is also going in. So I'm going to bring Eleanor up. So Wednesday, everybody, let's remember on Wednesday morning, the moment we wake up, to be thinking of Piper and Eleanor Joy. How interesting, you're both having the same day.
We're there. So I will now read the decree. Attends, j'ai pas pris le grand télégramme. Okay, I will read the prayer. And then we'll start, and our beautiful Uma Shah will then accompany Natalie and myself with his angelic divine music. Still of mind and clear of heart, I enter now into the cosmic portal of home, where the higher self of Piper and Eleanor and the entire audience awaits. With open heart, complete trust and surrender, and in the name of the divine cosmic Christ, I ask now for the manifestation of the highest timeline reality for Piper, Eleanor, and the entire audience to become realized of mind, body, and soul, with gentle lessons and graceful process, and increase this holding as much as the cosmic law, physical body, and Piper's, Eleanor's, and the audience's soul shall allow. I choose now to live in the reality where the healing has already been accomplished. The fates have been altered, and our prayers answered through thine holy presence of love. While honoring the free will of all, I give my complete thanks and gratitude for all that has already occurred through your mighty presence and thine eternal light. I am free. The soul is free. All is free, and so it is. Amen. Please, beloved masters, Shekinah Ma and Sananda Ji, and all enlightened masters that you are connected to, that you are believing in, that have been always with you, all angels, all and divine beings that have been working with you and that are protecting you. Enter this healing journey and help with your power, love, light, wisdom, and consciousness, this manifestation process for an even greater shift. I, Deborah Juliet, and Natalie Ilian, we are asking and call upon the Cosmic Christ Supreme Intelligence to support and facilitate this group KES polling session. We ask permission from all receivers present to receive this group polling with the highest good and divine grace for all involved. We request on behalf of the entire audience to become aligned for the duration of this session to the divine intelligence of the Christic energy system, with grace, with ease, and with joy. We invite the cosmic Christ energy to connect with us now in the most appropriate way for all involved. May all that transpires in this microcosmic reflection of our group constellation support and uplift the ascension of the entire human collective and all sentient life. We also call forth assistance from the Divine Heavenly Mother and Heavenly Father presence to overlight this group container with pure unconditional love from the Most. May all be known through this connection of pure love, so that group polling session anchors in us in the most benevolent. Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna in the highest. Thank you. And so be it. It is done. It is done. It is done. It is complete. Thank you so much, beloved brother Omarshan, for completing this. Thank you. How do you feel?
Deborah, at the very end, there was so much swirling of gold light and then shadow. Shadow was being enveloped with white swirls. I felt like I was in this swirl, this collective swirl. And it started with a block somewhat in my throat and then in my heart, which you always reach my heart. But at the very end, so my father came to me, which I wasn't expecting. So through that beautiful white light, his face shone, and he just nodded. He nodded like it's gonna be all right. I wasn't expecting that. So beautiful. So thank you, Deborah.
It's not us doing anything. Please know that. You know that. I know you. It's your faith. And you're such a beautiful heart. We love you so much.
Love you so much. Love all of you, Eleanor. I love you. I'm going to be praying for you every second, Eleanor. You're just such a precious spirit in the earth. I just love you so. We have angels with us both. Wednesday is just going to be a day of angels for both of us.
An army of angels.
Army of angels.
Or like I always used to say, we are the FBA, the Federal Bureau of Angels, right? And we are gonna win. Yay! Eleonora, would you like to share something you wish? Unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes.
I want to share what I just wrote in the chat because at one point, Piper, I felt our souls totally connected, dancing. It like there was nothing else. It was just our souls dancing in the quantum field. And it was so spectacular and just so amazing. And yeah. So I know this
With
sounds
you in the
crazy, but
quantum field is the most beautiful gift.
yeah, I know. I just feel almost blessed and honored that we're dancing this dance together. Crazy as that sounds.
We get to carry each other home.
That's it.
I love you.
Can do nothing. Nothing alone. Nothing.
Thank you, everybody. You're just a marvelous community. And thank you, Scott. Gosh.
I want to read some of the comments that are in the chat box. Christy Michaels writes, what an awesome community of love. Sharon writes, great gratitude for your divine grace-filled hearts. Beth is appreciating Omashar's accompaniment, which was exquisite. Dr. Laura writes, this healing carried me back up to the top of the mountain. It is impossible to have mundane thoughts or feelings on top of that mountain, only awe, wonder, love, bliss, and appreciation. So much gratitude. Mark appreciating Omashar's music. And finally, Pam writes, watching the peaceful looks on sweet Eleanor and sweet Piper's faces during that experience, I can't help but feel there are miracles occurring within and without. Such beautiful examples of receiving the healing powers of love. So thank you again, Deborah Juliette and Natalie. I've put into the chat box kind of Deborah's bio, and she does provide, if you're interested in getting a private healing from her, you can email her. Sam just wrote, blessings on your path I felt the healing in my heart too. And Carol Craig writes, tonight was magnificent. But wait, tonight's not over because we are going to conclude with an Om Shar song. Take it away, beloved brother.
Here with my family, heaven is in my heart. I sing of the love I am, and know we're never apart. One heart, one love, one life we live. One heart, one love, one life we live. Sing with me. Here with my family, heaven is in my heart. I sing of the love I am, and know we're never apart. There is only one heart, one love, one life we live. One heart, one love, one life we live. Here with my family, heaven is in my heart. I sing of the love I am, and know we're never apart. One heart, one love, one life we live. One heart, one love, one life we live. One more time with gusto. Here with my family, heaven is in my heart. I sing of the love I am, and know we're never apart. There is only one heart, one love, one life we live. One heart, one love, one life we live. We live. We
One final big twinkle for Om Shar. Thank you, beloved brother. Perfect song, as always. Just amazing your
It's
ability to choose the right song every time.
thank you. We are one family, brother. And you brought us together. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. And I, of course, always like to let people know what's coming up next. On Wednesday night, Tatiana is going to be back with us, and she's bringing some of her friends. And the theme is Awaken We the Peaceful. What does it really mean for us to be a global peace tribe? And that's what we're going to be exploring on Wednesday night. So please join us, always 6 p.m. Also, I've been in touch with Marianne Williamson today, and we are looking at setting a date. She entered back into the race. Life is always full of shifts. So we are going to do something again with Marianne very soon. And probably by Wednesday, I'll have a date for you. And then finally, I just want to one more time remind people that the place to go to really follow up on tonight. If your heart was touched by the beauty and the wisdom of the Twin Ray, go to twinray.com. Twinray.com. There's a lot on the website, all sorts of beautiful videos, a lot of wonderful things. They provide a lot of free things. And that's where you can also get going with the 28-day sadhana, which many of us are going to be doing together. So thank you again, Deborah and Natalie, for your beautiful service. And I'm going to go one last time up to gallery view so we can all wave goodbye. Piper, we love you. Remember, everybody, to be praying for Piper and for Eleanor Joy. When we wake up on Wednesday morning, our first thought, prayers, maximum grace for Eleanor Joy and Piper. Maximum grace for Eleanor Joy and Piper. Maximum grace for Eleanor Joy and Piper.
Yeah,
Good night.
and we also want to say something more to finalize. Beautiful Piper and Eleanor. I just spoke to Natalie, and so both of us are find it important to share with you, so that not only did we see literally the entire, I mean, I could see the entire blood system filled with light in such a way that the entire heart was like almost like, how can I exploding the light from the heart through the entire blood system. And we both saw you were already healed. So it's done. It is done.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Deborah. Thank you very much, Natalie. And God's blessings. Have a beautiful sacred Sunday, everybody. Remember, we can make any moment sacred by choosing to see the divine in all. Good night, everyone. Going to go one last time to gallery view, and let's all wave goodbye. Good night, everybody.